used to say that they are not going to weaponize the state organs like the KR, the state agencies. But today we have seen even the police even going for civilians, people who are not even interested in politics. Children, the president himself giving orders, shoot to kill or shoot in the leg. Do you think today, as we stand, do you think the Kenyan government, the Kenya Kwanza government is redeemable today as we stand, Your Excellency?
I am very embarrassed as one of the leaders who are in the forefront in campaigning for William Ruto to be president of Kenya, because he persuaded me and persuaded the rest of Kenyans that under his leadership, the criminal justice system will never be used to manage politics, and it will never be weaponized against opponents. Again, this is one of the greatest deceptions that ever took place in Kenya since independence. William Ruto deceived all of us, and we believed him, that he will never use the criminal justice system to deal with those opposed to him. That is exactly what is happening today. The Kenya Revenue Authority has been weaponized. All those who disagree with William Ruto are being harassed by the Kenya Revenue Authority. All those who don't agree with William Ruto are being persecuted by the DCI, by the National Security Intelligence Service. All those who have issues with what is happening in Kenya are being persecuted day and night. This is very sad because I, like other Kenyans, were deceived by William Ruto that he will never use the criminal justice system to persecute people. But he is doing it with abundance, with brutal efficiency, and it is very sad. I want to say that this government cannot be redeemed. Where we have reached, there is nothing that can be done. William Ruto was a great mistake for the people of Kenya. It's a mistake all of us have to live with. But as they say, making a mistake is not very bad. What is bad is to repeat that same mistake. The people of Kenya have to deal with this matter. And that is why one term has become a national movement. It is a clarion call in every public sitting, anywhere 2-3 people are meeting, even young children. Everybody is just saying one term because this government cannot be redeemed. And I'm very excited that yesterday in the Senate, the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee tabled a motion for the American legislative arm to review the status of Kenya as a non-NATO ally because of violation of human rights, because of abductions, extrajudicial killings, using police against civilians, and again working with terrorist organizations in Sudan, in Somalia. And I want to appeal to the people of Kenya living here and working here in the United States to take time to lobby their senators and their congressmen so that they can know exactly what is happening in Kenya, so that when this particular motion comes up for discussion, there is support from the senators here in the United States, because Kenyans here are quite informed as to what is going on back home, and they can get evidence from home on the issues of extrajudicial killings. In fact, it is very sad that President William Ruto had the audacity to publicly issue orders for people to be shot. His Minister for Interior gave a shoot to kill order, which is happening every day. These are some of the things that must find their way on the floor of the Senate here in the United States, so that the American government can be well appraised of what is going on back at home. And we are hoping and we are appealing to the American government, and specifically President Donald Trump, that as he chooses an ambassador for Kenya, because the position is vacant, to consider to give us an ambassador to Kenya of the same caliber and thinking and orientation as Smith Hempstone, who came in to help the people of Kenya when they face similar circumstances of violation of human rights and the erosion of democracy. We'll be very happy if we could get an ambassador the caliber of Smith Hempstone to come to Kenya and help us to restore our democracy and to restore the respect of human rights in our country.
Thank you. Follow-up question would be, so you don't think, Your Excellency, the empowerment programs that are going on right now in almost every village, we've seen, in the media, they are going in every village, they're, saying empowerment. We don't know exactly what it is. You don't think that is going to redeem this government or anything?
Those are not empowerment programs. That is daylight bribery of voters using stolen public funds. These are funds that were meant for education, free primary education and free secondary education. This money, William Ruto has diverted management for education through the National Intelligence Service, ostensibly to deal with regional security. This money is withdrawn in cash every Friday and given to Kindiki to go around the country bribing voters and cheating them. That is empowerment. William Ruto promised real empowerment when he became president. If he wants to do real empowerment, he needs to bring a bill in Parliament where these programs are well explained and included in the budget so that there is an organized way of doing empowerment. Today, how do you explain where is the Deputy President getting this money from? His salary is known. He has been in office for 10 months. He has not earned more than 10 million shillings. In the last several months, he has spent over 300 million shillings. This money is not in the budget. Where is this money coming from? These are proceeds of corruption. And these are funds that are being used to corrupt the morals of our people and try to bribe voters ahead of the 2027 general election. So it's all deceit, it's all a conman game, and it has nothing to do with empowerment. It is simply bribery and a scheme to deceive the Kenyan voter, to try to persuade them to have William Ruto elected as president.
Thank you. Now, Your Excellency, this interview is really not an interview without talking about you being labeled as a tribalist. And as you may know, probably you are aware that most of us who defend you on social media, we are also labeled tribalist. I personally campaigned for President Ruto for 4 years, non-stop. Obviously, I was against President Uhuru. Nobody labeled me tribalist until Rigathi Gachagua was impeached. We have seen you hold rallies in Mombasa, Bungoma, Kakamega, Kajiado, Nairobi, and other parts of the country with great acceptance from Kenyan masses. Why the government, and indeed its handlers, calling you a tribalist? Why do you think they call you a tribalist? And we have seen you in many other regions that do not belong to the people.
Thank you, Jerry. That is a narrative by William Ruto to try to demonize me before the people of Kenya and to suppress